Hi, this video is a tutorial on report filters. More specifically, on how to filter out weekends, holidays, or any other non-workday from your report. For this video, I'll be using the latest version of IBM's Cognos Analytics, version 11.2. And what we're trying to achieve is to filter a report to only show us the data for the last X amount of days, while still excluding any weekends, holidays, or non-workdays. Now, the way we would do that would depend on how your data is captured. If your data is captured in a form like this, meaning on weekends or any non-workday, it's blank, or in other words, null. Now, the way you would do that, the way you would filter it would be like this. So as you can see, I have a report that's running off this dataset I just showed you, which shows me the last 10 days excluding the weekends. As you can see, it goes from Friday to Monday. Now let me show you how to do that. Let's go to the query. First filter you would need is that the date is less than current date. This eliminates today's data if you don't want to see that. In my case, it serves a dual purpose. Since my dataset goes way into the future, it also eliminates any future dates. Now the next filter you would need is that sales is not null. Now I want to show you how I do this because there's something you should be aware of. So if I disable this filter, you'll see it shows me 10 days, but even those that are null. Now let's bring in a row number so you can properly see what I'm going to show you. And close this back up. So now you can see it gives me 10. Now the easiest way you would assume to filter this is by selecting sales or profit and excluding null right from the main page. But what that does is it eliminates all the null days without replacing it with a day that has data in it. You see, it only shows me 8. So the proper way to do that would be by creating the filter right from the report, from the query, and not from the main page. And all you have to write is you bring in sales and you write is not null. Now let's turn that back on. And for the last filter, you need a query calculation, which I call rank date, which as you can see is simple. You just rank the date. And then you create a filter based on that query calculation, which says rank date is less than or equal to 10, which gives you 10 days. Now, of course, you could also write 15 days and you would get 15 days. That depends on how many days you would want to see in your report. As you see now, I got 15 days, still excluding any weekends. As you can see, it goes from Friday to Monday. Not if you could do only one day too, if that's what you want to see. In other words, always show me yesterday's data, and if yesterday wasn't a work day, show me the last work day's data. You can do that too. Now let's make this look better. If I turn this into a bar. Okay, so already looking better. Now let's take out the borders. Turn you into a cylinder, and I want the values inside, not outside. I'll do that for the sales too. Let's put the values inside, and let's fix the size. Going back to the default size, and there you go. Beautiful report showing us only yesterday's data, and if yesterday isn't a work day, it goes back to the last work day. Now, what if your dataset does capture something on the weekends? As you can see over here, for Saturday and Sunday, it has some numbers inside. So the way you would do that is you would go to the query. Now, this is a report running off that dataset. And of course, you'd also filter it for anything less than current date. You also need the rank date, the query calculation, and filter that, in my case, 7 or whichever number you want. And instead of writing sales is not null, you have to write that day of the week is not in Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, Saturday. Doesn't make a difference which one you put first, but as long as you do this, you should get your end result, which would exclude the weekends. Now, if your data does capture anything, and you also want to exclude, does capture something even on the weekends and the holidays, and you also want to exclude holidays from your report, you'd have to create a new column, which is going to be a Workday yes or no flag. It's easy to create in Excel, or you could do it in Cognos in the data module section. This is very easy to create. Now, once you have this, you would basically do the same thing. Go to the query, and you would filter for anything less than current date. You'd have to create the rank date as the query calculation. Obviously, rank the date to how many days you want to see, and for the other filter, you would have to write Workday yes or no flag is equal to yes, and you would get this flag. So I will show you again. You can see you can do even 1 day. Now let's turn this into an even nicer visualization. Let's remove you and cut you out of here. And cut you two guys out of here. And let's bring in my query. We're gonna get sales and profit in the x-axis, which is gonna divide them into 2 columns, which is a lot nicer than a stacked column. Now, in order to get the correct date, let's turn on and go to page design, and over here, instead of a text, you put data item value and day of the week. Now switch back to page preview, and there you go. Beautiful dashboard, only showing you the last day. That's the last day. That's a work day. That's it for today. Before I finish, I want to ask you to share this video with anyone that might benefit from it, and please leave your comments and thoughts, especially if you have a better or easier way to do it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll try to answer the best of my ability. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.